All right, we are fortunate enough to be on the play once again. Yes, I'd like to play first. Yes, this hand seems good. We can go, well, I don't want to mulligan it because of the strength of Burning Tree, but going Burning Tree and a Bushwhacker is not really ideal. But maybe we can Burning Tree Bolt. I can also see an argument for just kicking the Bushwhacker next turn. Getting in for 4. Really depends what our opponent's playing. Jackal Familiar is not a very impressive start, though. Ash Barrens, so Ash Barrens cycling Ash Barrens is definitely something I want to see. This is probably Scred Delver. Nope. Regular Mountain means that it could be anything. Mudbrawler Cohort is probably the perfect draw here. So we'll go Burning Tree into Cohort. And swing for 4. Next turn, we can kiss the Bushwhacker, whatever, and have a Bolt. So that'll be a pretty strong turn. And currently I'm putting my opponent on Kiln Fiend. But this would be a pretty bad Kiln Fiend start. So now they'll probably play that mountain they just cycled for. Yeah, there it is. And if this is Kiln Fiend, I feel pretty good. Flame Slash. Still think it could be Kiln Fiend. But with nothing else to do with our mana, we will kick the Bushwhacker. Well, there's another Bushwhacker. So Bushwhacker and a Bushwhacker. Definitely a play I like. Yeah, Bushwhacker, Bushwhacker Bolt seems fairly strong. All right, our opponent just goes ahead and concedes. We really don't know a lot about their deck, unfortunately. Like I said, I kind of put them on the Delver Fiend deck, but Flame Slash I don't think is a card that deck normally plays, so we might be looking at one of those blue-red fairy-style decks. Since we're up a game, I think it's safe to go ahead and run it back, especially with no information from our opponent. But maybe bringing in the Electrickeries is worth it. If it's not the Delver deck, the Electrickeries are pretty bad. Or the Delver Fiend deck, they're pretty bad. If it is that, they're pretty bad, is what I'm trying to say. If it's the Fairy deck, it's a little bit better, like the Fairy Ninja deck. In which case, Pyroblast would also be a consideration, and maybe Fire Blast is just a little too bad. I'm going to hedge my bets both ways, take out the Fire Blasts, and bring in 2 copies of Pyroblast. And that way, because I'm fairly confident, even though we didn't see an island, our opponent is some style of blue-red deck. So I think that the Pyroblast is a safe thing to bring in here. And then we're cutting Fire Blast, but I think is not that great in both those matchups. So we have a triple Foundry Street Denizen hand I'll go ahead and keep. Okay, I actually was all wrong. They're a red-black deck. That happens. So maybe triple Foundry Street, not the best, but it's what I got. Yeah, this allows us to go next turn 2 more Foundry Street, swing 3 the turn after that, Mod Conscripts, Valley Dasher. All right, my opponent is a Rakdos deck, which I did not see coming. Wow, just all sorts of wrong. So the Pyroblasts are definitely bad. All right, another Foundry Street, sure. 4 Foundry Streets on our top cards. No big deal. Next turn, we'll play the Valley Dasher, swing 6, I think. I don't really want to wait around any longer. This could be a Firebolt, Flame Slash, sure. So now I kind of want to play Foundry Street Conscripts. Simply because the Valley Dasher will then be the most damage. And we draw Heel Cutter, so that's pretty strong. So in that case, I think we still have the same plan. This way, if my opponent plays a creature, we can play the Heel Cutter. And the Heel Cutter is strong with the Denizens. I'm hoping my opponent just has like another Edict effect here. No. Phyrexian Rager. Chittering Rats, not the worst. I think in that case, I will go ahead and play the Heel Cutter. Just represents the most damage. And it's something my opponent will have a problem dealing with. If they keep tapping out and if all the removal is sorcery speed. Like if they have another Chittering Rats here, that might be pretty bad. But in that case, I'll just play Valley Dasher. Predatory Night Stalker. Alright, I just don't think I really care about this. Let's go ahead and sacrifice a Foundry Street. Another mountain, sure. So now we do want to play Valley Dasher. Because this way our opponent might be forced to make some blocks. Use one of their creatures up. I have not seen this Predatory Night Stalker card before. That's interesting. Alright, opponent decides to just go ahead and trade off with the Heel Cutter in my hand. That seems pretty good. Probably bouncing the Bloodfell Caves again. Yeah, they just want to hedge their bets on life. Man, another mountain. I'm going to go ahead and hold on to that. So if they can kill my Heel Cutter here, that'd be pretty bad. Alright, they have to terminate it. So now we're really just drawing off the top, but, since my opponent's playing Chittering Rats, I think I am going to have to play this mountain. Alright, so Rakdos control A. I wonder what this is. This is a Gurmag Angler? Oh, no, it's an Edict. That's fine. Unfortunately, I took out my Fire Blast, which are actually probably pretty good in this match. Yeah, and there's Pyroblast, literally the worst draw. Those are coming out. Rager, sure. I am going to be bringing back in the 2 Ragers. I'm going to be bringing back in the Fire Blasts. My opponent can't counter them, and that's really the matchup where you want those. Mutagenic Growth, also pretty useless. If they have Chittering Rats here, that might just be the straw that broke the camel's back. Okay, now this looks like an Angler or a Scavenger, maybe. I could still theoretically rip, bolt off the top and be fine. It's going to be a trying couple turns here, though. Because I need to get exactly bolt. Because anything else, my opponent can just block. Oh, they're hedging against me having a... Yeah. Hedging against me having more Heel Cutters, which I do. And those seem pretty good in this matchup as well. I guess in response to a rat, I will use both of the spells in my hand. I'm actually not that impressed with Mutagenic Growth. This is actually going to be lethal unless I... Alright, let me think about this. It's not lethal. If this was the Fire Blast, we would have won the game. Oh yeah, and it doesn't even get +1/+1. So that'd be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to go ahead and concede. I don't think I can win this game any longer. And we'll definitely be taking out the Pyroblasts. I don't think my assumption was terrible. I just think it wasn't, it obviously didn't work out. So I think this is actually fine. Just our original 60. I want all my creatures. I don't really need the Flame Slashes, I don't think. I have the bolts to manage my opponent's creatures. And my creatures kill their creatures. Alright, we're gonna run it like this, our original 60. And we get to be on the play, so that's good. This hand is mono 1-drops. I think it's okay. We'll lead off on the cohort because or the conscripts. See where our opponent scries. Top, not the best. So yeah, we'll lead off on conscripts. Then we'll probably play cohort plus pup. And that way our last jackal pup will let us attack for a whole bunch, and hopefully we'll have drawn in some more action by then. Or familiar. I keep calling it jackal pup. It's not jackal pup. Opponent has no problem playing flame slashes on my 2/2s, but I mean that's as big as they get, so whatever. Burning Tree, not a bad draw, not the greatest draw, because I can't really leverage it here because I'm planning on playing 2 1-drops anyway. It doesn't really help me to have this 2-drop. So I think we'll save it for a turn when it might be a little bit more effective. And we'll go Jackal Familiar, Goblin Cohort. So I can't get blown out by an Echoing Decay with the 2 familiars. I think if this is an Edict, I sacrifice the Cohort. Yeah, because the familiar... Well, actually, in this exact instance, well, the familiars play better with each other, but in that exact moment, probably the other one would have been stronger. So now I think I have to play Burning Tree into nothing. So we might not be winning this game. My opponent has a bunch of removal, and we're not on turn 3. We still don't have anything going. That's not a very good time for this deck. We needed a 2-drop for this Burning Tree Emissary. Like, wow. My opponent's just going nuts over there. Mismatched Edicts. Yeah, they've just been able to deal with all of our stuff. And we, of course, draw another mountain. So yeah, I'm actually not feeling too good about this game. I don't think we're going to win, to be quite honest, but we'll keep on the good fight. We haven't lost yet, but you know this is the danger of playing a deck like Red Deck Wins, and maybe my hand. I don't think my keep was really that bad. I think our opponent's hand, 2 Flame Slashes, 2 Edicts, lined up really well with what we were trying to do. Oh man, there's only 17 mountains in here. Come on. This is gonna be another Edict. I mean, might as well, right? Oh, they just floated 2 mana? Okay. It's a May ability. They don't have to make me. Alright, they did. Well, Jackal Familiar was pretty useless there anyway, so... Bushwhacker. I'm going to hold on to that, because maybe I can set up a turn where I play a bunch of creatures and then Bushwhack. My opponent only has 2 cards in hand. And I guess I just have to hope the top of my deck is kinder than the top of theirs. We haven't seen anything like a Knight's Whisper from them, so... Alright, Cohort, sure. I wonder if it's worth it to go for this now. But then they have the blocker. But I mean, I think that we don't win the game by not doing anything either, so... We just have to hope we keep drawing creatures off the top, I suppose. And our opponent keeps using their removal spells thusly. So the good thing about our opponent's removal this game is that it's all been 1-for-1. Like, they don't have a Chainers in their yard that I have to worry about, or a Firebolt, which would be a 2-for-1, and so much... Yeah, so far, I mean, it's working, right? 3 Flame Slashes. Yeah. Our opponent's hand was just absolutely stacked to deal with us. Because like I said, I've said a couple times, I don't think our hand was really that bad. They just had a removal spell for every creature we played this game. But I still don't think we're totally out of it. Only 10 more lands in the deck. We could draw a bolt to get rid of one of these creatures. Or we could draw our 8th land, sure. Yeah, we're on a 2-turn clock. We can't win. I don't think we can win anymore. Unfortunate. But that's, the way the game goes. Cohort, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and concede. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next round.